This is ANN News Brief.
South African striking airport workers' unions have threatened to shut down the country's entire aviation industry by extending industrial action beyond state-run South African Airways. The unions began a strike on Friday. Flights were cancelled and passengers were reported stranded at the main airport. The union's demand includes an 8% wage increase and for outsourced services to be brought back in-house. They are also objecting to SSA's plans to cut more than 900 jobs. They say workers are tired of taking the heat for years of management failures. SAA says the crippling strike action is costing more than $3 million a day and jeopardizing talks with lenders around which much needed funding it needs for survival. If the National Union of Metal Workers of South Africa, NUMSA, which called the strike alongside the South African Cabin Crew Association, make good on their shutdown plans, SAA subsidiaries like Mango Airlines, other organizations like the Civil Aviation Authority and Airports Company, and other airlines in South Africa will be affected. Burkina Faso Army says it has killed 32 armed men described as terrorists during 2 offensives in northern parts of the country. The first operation took place in Yosola Forest, where the military said it killed 24 armed men during several hours of fierce fighting. 1 soldier was killed. 8 other suspected militants were killed in Bozanga, where large quantities of arms and ammunition were seized. The army said the first raid resulted in freeing many women who were being kept as sex slaves. The 2 military operations come less than a month after nearly 40 employees of a Canadian mining company were killed in an ambush. We'll be right back.
We are on the road every day, canvassing throughout Africa for news you really need. We follow the story everywhere, from every corner of Nigeria to the wide African expanse. We bring you what's making headlines. We connect you with news you can use. ANN, African News Network, in a truly African spirit.
Local DR Congo officials say suspected Islamist militants have killed at least 15 civilians overnight in the east, in the latest massacre on Saturday, since the army launched a major offensive against the rebels last month. DRC Army, with support from UN peacekeepers, initiated its latest campaign in October to root out fighters from the Allied Democratic Forces, ADF, from the dense forest near the Ugandan border. Local civil society activists say ADF fighters have retaliated by attacking civilians, killing more than 40 persons since last week, as was the case during previous military operations against the group. The attacks on Friday in and around the village of Mbao were carried out with bladed weapons. Among the 8 victims in Mbao were 6 members of a single family. That is the ANN News Brief at 1. For details on these and other breaking stories, visit our website, annafrica.news. Conversation continues on our social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at ANN Africa TV. I'm Lucy Ademi.